Hey guys, this is Money Value. My name is Olga and I'm back with the most recent news. I guess you've all heard that all the events around elections ended up with Joe Biden becoming the 46th president of the United States on Wednesday. You're probably interested in stock market news, and they're good. The S&P 500's performance on Wednesday, when it closed up almost 1.4%, was the largest inauguration day pop since 1985, when the S&P 500 rose 2.3% on the start of President Ronald Reagan's second term. Besides, after Biden's election, stocks gained 14.3% between election day and inauguration day, the biggest jump ever, topping that of President Hoover 13.3% in 1929. And you still think politics doesn't have an impact on the stock market? It's a good start to Biden's presidency, though we don't know what happens next. The record monetary and fiscal stimulus mean that the market might be in even a better place. Honestly, it's really great that the market keeps growing, but on the other hand, it gives me some worries that at some point there's gonna be a big crash. While we are still talking about Biden, his first actions were signing 3 executive orders, implementing a mask mandate on federal property, increasing support for unreserved communities, and rejoining the Paris Climate Accord. He also froze student loan payments until September 30. Anyway, let's talk about the stock market a bit more. Investor Barry Sternlicht has concerns about it. He feels that nowadays stock market frenzy has a lot in common with the 1999 dot-com bubble. He says he doesn't see any problems short-term as the stimulus is too big, but encourages investors to be careful long-term wise. After the market plunged due to COVID fears in February and March of last year, the Federal Reserve slashed interest rates to near zero and unleashed other programs to support the federal system. Congress also pushed through 2 massive stimulus packages in 2020, with Wall Street hoping for another one this year. And if we're talking about Nasdaq, on Wednesday after Biden's inauguration, it was up more than 100% since its pandemic-driven low on March 23rd. S&P 500 was up about 75%. However, he asks investors to be more careful in the long term because of the investors who appear to be leaning on social media sites for stock ideas and contributing to short squeezes. There's even an example of the surge in GameStop shares. He says that the dark underside of this market is kids, but he's not talking about real kids. That's just how he calls inexperienced investors. He believes that day trading and thoughtless buying of the stocks jeopardizing the stock market. He says, "I keep reminding my youngins, kids, one thing about getting older is you've seen it all before, and it feels a lot like 1999 to me." He's terrified of how the people are buying stocks judging by the names of the company. Anyway, it's just an opinion, he might as well be right. Now let's talk cryptocurrency. Bitcoin fell as much as 11% on Thursday after a report from BitMEX Research suggested a critical flaw called double spend occurred in the Bitcoin blockchain. The name is pretty self-explanatory. It's when a user is able to spend the same Bitcoin more than once. However, this very occasion has not been confirmed yet. Anyway, the price has already fallen. We all remember about Tesla. This company appears in almost every video of mine, but today I'd love to mention Ford, especially since they said on Thursdays they will recall 3 million vehicles for airbag inflators that could rupture at a cost of $610 million. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration ordered them too. The defect prompted the largest automobile recall in the US history of more than 67 million inflators. Worldwide, about 100 million inflators installed by 19 major automakers have been recalled. Anyway, it barely influenced the stock market, so we won't stop here. I've already mentioned that on the very first days in the office, Biden rejoined the Paris Agreement. His plans are pretty optimistic. His $2 trillion climate plan calls for the US to pursue an irreversible path to net zero emissions by 2050. He is focused on the idea to fight climate change, and it very well might lead to a boom in the green energy investments in the US. So make sure you pay attention to the companies specializing on alternative energy sources. For example, Renewable Energy Group, NextEra Energy, and Sunrun. Paul Donovan, chief economist at UBS Global Wealth Management, said on Thursday that while rejoining the Paris Climate Agreement does not have any immediate market impact, it does underscore the importance of sustainable investment in the coming years. My guess, it's gonna be a year of investment in renewable energy. Okay, we're getting back to the stock market again. I've already mentioned the growth, but let's look into the details. I'll start with one of the tech giants. Apple stock, a member of Dow Jones, S&P 500, and Nasdaq, rose 3.7% to $136.87 on Thursday, and it's just days before the announcement of Apple's earnings that will happen on January 27. Another famous company you've definitely heard about is Amazon. The stock climbed 1.3% to $3,307, flirting with a trend line starting with the September 2nd peak. Investors also could use $3,350 as another early day entry. Amazon earnings are due February 2nd. Tesla stock, on the other hand, decreased a little bit, trading at $845. In comparison, on Wednesday, its highest price was $858. I don't want to upset you, but I've just gotta mention the coronavirus situation. Coronavirus cases worldwide reached 98.01 million, 25.16 million of which go to the US, and the desktop 2.09 million. COVID cases continue to trend lower, with hospitalizations and death also turning down. On the bright side, vaccination hit 1.6 million on Wednesday, so we might get our hopes up. Personally, I really hope it will end soon. What about you? Let me know in the comments below this video. Oh, and since you're there, hit the like button for me, would you? I've almost forgotten the most interesting one. After a video about Alibaba, by the way, here's the link, I've been waiting for this one. Guess who's finally appeared in public? Yep, that would be Jack Ma. Alibaba's co-founder reappeared in public view on Wednesday, sending the company's shares soaring 5.5%. However, investors are still concerned. Apparently, just showing up is not enough. Some of them are investing in Alibaba because they believe in Ma's leadership. I guess it only places more responsibility on him. It's not a fact, but some believe that it means that his relationships with China's government has stabilized. However, it doesn't mean that this corporation is free from worry. I want to make the last one for today fun. We all deserve a bit of fun after all the disaster and pandemics, don't you agree? Anyway, the marijuana industry includes companies directly related to the research, development, and distribution of cannabis products. You want to listen to the end of this one because it's really up to date. More and more states legalize this product. The number of US states that permit marijuana use in some form increased to 35. Some of the Nasdaq-listed marijuana companies include Afria and Organigram Holdings. Marijuana stocks have underperformed the broader market. MJ has provided a total return of 13.7% over the past 12 months, below the Russell 1000's total return of 19.1% as of January 19, 2021. If you're interested, here are top 3 marijuana stocks on the Nasdaq: NAC, Village Farms International, and Organigram Holdings. The last two are based in Canada. However, the fastest growing marijuana stocks are Grow Generation, Kronos Group, and Canopy Growth. So yes, you can do way more than just smoke pot. For example, invest in it. Anyway, that's it for today. It was money value, and yep, I seriously started with Biden's inauguration and finished with the news about marijuana. I'll see you real soon. You know what to do with the like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and share this video with your friends. Stay tuned. Bye.